President Zelensky says the world must act now to stop Russia's nuclear threat. Speaking today to the BBC, Ukraine's leader warns that Russian officials have begun to prepare their society for the possible use of nuclear weapons, although he does not believe the country is ready to use them. It comes as Ukraine's army has been making big gains, recapturing large swathes of territory from Russia in a major counter-offensive. Mr. Zelensky was speaking in Kyiv to our World Affairs editor, John Simpson.
At the moment, there's no doubt who's winning. The Ukrainians are taking back more territory every day.
Hello.
Hello, Mr.
Nice to meet you, John.
Very nice to meet you.
You're welcome.
Still, when I met President Zelensky, I found he was careful not to crow too much about Ukraine's victories over the Russians.
They're putting up a good enough fight, I would say, but we have enough strength and materials to go forward. The main thing, maybe, is motivation. I think that they don't have motivation.
Yesterday, President Zelensky alarmed a lot of people by seeming to say he wanted a preemptive strike to stop Russia using battlefield nuclear weapons. Today, he was keen to say he had just been talking about preemptive sanctions against Russia. But he says that Russia is preparing people for the use of nuclear weapons.
They begin to prepare their society. That is very dangerous. They are not ready to do it, to use it, but they begin to communicate.
What you mean, prepare society for using a nuclear weapon?
They don't know if they will use or they will not use. I think that it's dangerous even to speak about it. That I said, you have to do preventive kicks, not attacks. But we are not terrorists, and we don't fight on another territory. Even our attitude from our society, attitude to Russians after this invasion, after all this 8 years war, 8 years blood tragedy, even after this attitude us to them, to society, we are not ready to kill people like Russians do it.
Do you think that President Putin is capable of launching nuclear weapons, of using them?
Якщо я скажу, наприклад, що вони неспроможні
If I say, for example, they are incapable of using nuclear weapons, then an inadequate person who has this power in his hands will say, "Oh, really? I can't? Well, here, see how I can," and therefore use it. Now, if I say he can use it, it can cause panic moods in many countries, including Ukraine. All that Putin is afraid of, it's not even a nuclear strike. He's afraid of his own society. He's afraid of his own people, because only these people can replace him, strip him of his power, and give it to another person.
Do you think they should stand up against him?
They shouldn't be afraid. Let them not fight against somebody, but for themselves.
And he had a word for the Russian soldiers who are sent here.
Those mobilized kids now, well, they come with nothing, without guns or body armor. They're being thrown here like cannon fodder, not people.
If you do win, will Vladimir Putin survive?
I don't care.
You don't care whether he's still in power, whether he's thrown out?
Not in the slightest.
The Ukrainian Mr. Zelensky has developed into an impressive war leader, but he knows that the war's now entering its most dangerous phase. John Simpson, BBC News, Kyiv.